That's right, friends. Congratulations, you've been hoaxed by a Sasquatch. Or at least a whole bunch of you have. You can see that by tucking her legs up like this, she very much resembles a porcupine. The outline's almost a line, but it seems she can't quite pull her legs up far enough to really match outline for outline in terms of the angles. The line of her thigh mimics both tail and the lighter band that porcupines have before the rosette. Here we can see that in the case of the porcupine, what seems to be a single body part, like a raised primate leg, is actually the tail and then the left back leg coming together underneath the quills to kind of blend. In the case of the Sasquatch on the right, what's above the branch and below the branch there belong to the same body part, the left leg. If this upper portion, the thigh, above the branch, were a porcupine's back leg, we would now see it stepping independently up the trunk, disassociated from the thick, dragging tail. Instead, we see both upper and lower left leg sliding upward together because they're one thing. Go ahead and point out two separate body parts here. If there were a stubby little back leg here, it would be abundantly obvious, even with this poor resolution. And plus, it would be going step, 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 instead of the whole thing rising straight up along the trunk with two long poles. Unless you think he is magically levitating, it's being done with the upper body strength, with the arms. Now, I've managed to lighten the footage up just a touch better than I did before. I think that with every 10% of increased clarity, a whole new cross-section of viewers can come on board. If you still can't see it and think I'm nuts or purposefully trying to pull the wool over your eyes, you're incorrect, and I may forgive you when you suddenly see the long legs, either soon or eventually, once some video enhancement wizard out there clarifies the detail even more. You're being tricked. Welcome to an experience with the mind of Sasquatch. You should even actually feel privileged to join the club of those who've been totally fooled by the master. What, you don't think we radically underestimate their intelligence at every turn? Seriously? But always before, we've had to just take witness's word for instances of how incomparably shrewd our next of kin can be. The examples have been endless and usually hard to swallow without our experiencing them directly ourselves. But now, finally, a concrete demonstration right before our eyes. I mean, do you actually believe that we would not be able to figure out all types of tactics if all of our continued well-being and survival depended upon tricking extremely dangerous eyeballs? Eyeballs that are, thankfully, quite easily misdirected. Just watch it on a high-resolution monitor from a couple or 3 feet away from the screen. It's as plain as the nose on your face. As we all know, nature is chock full of tricks and tricksters. And do you really think that our next of kin would not have developed over thousands of years maneuvers as sophisticated and inventive as those of the octopus?
They can rapidly change their body shape, pulling their arms back and swimming along the ocean floor to resemble a banded sole, a type of flatfish that has poison glands along the base of its fins. If the mimic needs to swim across the open ocean, they will display a striped pattern and hold their arms up around them to resemble the venomous lionfish. And perhaps most impressively, in an act of defense, they will bury themselves, leaving just 2 arms exposed to resemble the highly venomous sea crate, a sea snake with enough venom to kill an adult human.